Greetings. So today I'm going to start the Blue Horrors part. If I ever get the box open. There we go. I'll probably just clip one, clean one on screen and build the rest. Then I'll be back to highlight some priming. Well, let's see. We'll build a random one. This thing moved all by itself. Love it. Okay, so we're gonna pick. Not sure. Let's see. I mean, he looks cool. Let's see if I can find him. He's got the double E teeth. Let's see, double E teeth. And double E eyes. So I'm looking for double E teeth and double E eyes. There we go. Double E teeth, double E eyes. That is a number 13. 13 is 1B. So it's 13, 14, 15. And a teeny weeny base. And I think I'll be attaching the bases as well. But I think I want to use these Blue Horrors to practice basing, but we shall see. Of course, I'm taking out the base first, because of course I need to drop these all over the place like cookies, but okay, I'll be right back. Normally I use this for I originally built this as sort of like a palette. Black on one side, matte white on the inside, and I sandpapered it. But I use like a magic eraser to sort of buff it a little so that it has enough tooth so the paint sticks to it. But I don't normally use it that way. I use it to hold my paints and to hold the paper towel or wiping my brushes. But I think I'm going to use this instead of a bigger tray to cut these guys. Will it fly all over the place? Probably. But we shall see. Because I can still always get a bigger tray. Okay. 13, 14, 15. Yeah. 13. I should plan this out a little. Oh, this looks dangerous. Let's get some more glasses on, shall we? 13 was up here. Look at that. Hey, that little tiny finger, that decoration right next to the sprue. That doesn't make any sense. This is right next to his body. I mean, this one makes sense because it's right under his foot. Oh, did I just break something? No. This one's right under his foot. He needs a base under his foot. Got one. Let's see, that was 13, so I need 14, 15. There we go, 1450. Oh my God, he's got quite a bit going on. This is on his tail, under his foot, but not quite the way I like it. And that's what, the back of his head? I can't even tell. Well, his whole body is his head, so who knows? Okay. There's 15. Again, the way this is sprued, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know they're sprued so that they can lie as flat as possible, and at least I can talk about sprues, because it was something I did. Because in college, scarily enough, I have an art degree. There we go. And one of the last things I sprued was this Dusty Girl. I held on to some of my bronze, gave them away. And she was something, put that over so I don't end up destroying anything, because she's heavy. And she's a little patinaed, not really. I want to say she's, how old is she? How old am I? She's 30 years old. She's my favorite piece. She's actually built out of 1-inch sprues, because sprue wax, nice and soft. And I think, you know, you sprue your high points. You sprue anything that might have gaps. And you can tell right in there, there's some shrinkage. So if I put a sprue maybe right there, it would have prevented that, or right on her bum. I mean, you can't, she's done in such a way that you can't tell where I put the sprues. I mean, she's so awesome and so quiet. I mean, can you hear it? I mean, she's a lovely piece. She's my favorite piece. Notwithstanding some of the bigger stuff I made. But you can tell, like, I adore her. And just looking at her, you can tell she's some... Originally, she was like this color all over. But she's changed color over the years. Sitting in windows. But it's a bronze. Because I've been watching a lot of videos about 3D printing. Will I go into that? Who knows, maybe. I used to dabble in 3D stuff a zillion years ago. Ooh, glasses. And this is reasonably dull. Let's see if I can do this without hurting him. At least the one nice thing about this plastic, I don't have to wash it. I don't have to worry about it. I do have to get that sandpaper. That's, they're like little bitty strips, and they happen to be sandpaper. But he's not gonna... These little guys don't merit that. And I have to look at some of my nicer kits to find out if they even need it. I know some do. was one more, wasn't there? There it is. Sometimes this is like peeling an apple. Sometimes, oh look at that, he's got little bumps on him. I really I mean, look at this tiny spot. He's right on his hand. You can barely see it. There you go. Crazy. I don't even know if I can clean it right without destroying him. Oh, actually, I did pretty good. Okay, there was one. Oh yeah, on the side of his body. I mean, do they have, you can't really call it bodies. They're like a giant head with legs. A little hard to hold. My goal is to try not to cut myself. So you can kind of see there, right there, there's a mold line. Very rarely do I notice the mold lines. And I usually just leave them be because they don't bother me. Sprue bits I try to get off, but yeah, I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Oh yeah, someone, I'll probably put a link to it somewhere. Someone I follow on YouTube. He had really a great idea on how to decorate the bases really simple. You know, like if you want to make that sort of ground look. And I already had all the pieces. Like I already have sand. It's kind of, and I don't want to use any sand I already have that's sentimental, that's real beach sand. I don't want to use, but because I'm not anywhere near a beach, which kind of really stinks. But I have aquarium sand, purchased a long time ago when I was more into nano aquariums, so I still have that. And spackling compound, always have that. I'm not sure why I always have that, but I always have some. And paint. I have plenty of paint still from when I was painting, doing face-ups of BJDs. And I still have some dolls that don't have faces. I actually like the look of it. Look at that right on his little fist. I love that little fist, just like the one sort of fist you see on the Loon Boss. He's got that same little fist. Again. So earlier I was talking about 3D printing, and they were talking about you make the 3D print, I mean the model, but then people have a hard time figuring out where you put your sprues. Or supports, they said? Supports, because those supports rise up, but the supports have to be, they're essentially sprues too. Because you want to make sure you don't have these pockets where there's uncured resin on the inside. When I found out about that, I'm like, as far as I know, it's like you go like that. But some of these nicer machines, they work in the wet, and then they, you know, the base slowly rises up and sticks. I guess I don't know. I got to do some research because the concept is interesting. Because basically, I'm a sculptor. But I sculpt in fabric, you know. I still do stuff in the back of my mind about things I want to make. After the holidays, I'm going to buy some real glue, or at least glue to try. Okay, that's it. I mean, it's kind of obvious how it comes together, but it's best to consult the oracles. Okay, backside, then arm. Am I overthinking this? Possibly. Oh, okay, I see. He slides right in. A little weird, but slides right in. And then his arm. I might... I don't know. Should I torture myself and leave his arms separate? I don't think there's... No. Yeah, I can get in there. Okay, I can get in all those little spots. That is a little weird, though. It's like you gotta find... You're gonna find that piece to figure out how the overlap is for the side. Okay, I see it. Just so I can figure out where to put the glue. Though I do like the idea of the Tanami glue, only because it's essentially melting it. Where crazy glue is just, you know, glue. He is an awkward little beast. I should have some toothpicks, but I don't. They're way behind me. But I think I did okay. Not as I say that. Oh, yep, there's a little bit in there. Not too bad. Give him a minute to set. I like plastic. I have a feeling if I work into resin, have I painted any resin? No. Well, no, I have my dolls. I have a whole box of them. And I've gotten them where they came straight from the factory. Did they wash them? I don't know, but they did clean up their joints. So maybe they did give them a rinse and an ultrasonic cleaner, which would get it off. I'll be right back. Boy, these pieces are quite the squirrely. They definitely want to slide away and onto the floor and into the cracks in the floor. See, never to be found again. Okay. Figure this out. Probably too much. Oh yeah, too much. Oh well. It's funny, you know, crazy glue is supposed to just dry really fast, and I really don't find it does that. I mean, it's probably holding together by suction, but he's not so bad. I don't even know if you guys can even see him. I can barely see him. I think even my little iPod can't see him. Let's get him on a base. Then we can say we did something for today. I'll have to say, the more often I wear my reading glasses to do this so I can see things up close, the worse my up close vision is starting to get. I'm not even sure where to put him. Yeah, I'm not liking any of these positions. He could go in the middle of it. He weighs just about nothing. I think that's where it stands. So I'm going to work on everybody else. I'll come back when I've got everybody on stands. They came together pretty easily. But since it's raining, I can't do any spraying, so I'm looking at my, I haven't looked at them in a while, so I may look at them while I'm waiting for a clear day. Today is clear. It's very early in the morning. Just finished watching Midnight Club, and I think I have to wait for the sun to come up because it's 59 in here. So it's probably a little too cold to be outside. But I did have just enough blue tack for this. Wish me luck. And today was just warm enough. Look at those little lovelies. I think I got them okay. Look at that. This really works though. Just keep using it and using it. Using the same exact holes. And now on to blue. Here's what we're thinking about the blue horror. We already Here's what I'm thinking about the blue horror. We already did the white scar. We're going to do traditional paint with the calendar sky, then Drakenhof Nightshade, and then Teclis Blue. We're going to try maybe Teclis Blue. We're going to try maybe dry brushing. I don't know. I'm not having a whole lot of luck with highlights, but we're going to try. If I find I do well, maybe I'll pick up the Lothern Blue, but I doubt it. Another thing I'm thinking of is maybe do half of them that way, and then maybe the other half try it as a contrast. Because I've been watching videos on the slap chop. That's been kind of interesting. So let's see. Who to pick? I think we'll take this guy. I am a firm believer in too thin coats. I know he's an old model, but I'll come back after the second coat. Brushes are washed. All that paint is used. This is second layer. I think good enough. I don't know. I'm not sure what the camera can capture. There's still some wet spots on here, but on to the rest of the army. Okay, took forever to do 10 of these. Now it's time for shading. Drakenhof Nightshade it is. Now, this is easy. Oh, I think it looks the nicest on the knuckles. But I can't really control the mopping this particular brush, but wipe it on a brush. I mean, wipe it on a paper towel. It's like I want some pulling, but not a lot of pulling. every once in a while too, because I know it's going to mess up these bristles. I think that's okay. But it'll be a lot touching up. Though for this one I did cheat, because this is the last one I did. Everybody else. Now they're stabbing each other. Great. So I like how doing that blue base took forever, but mopping them will Drakenhof Nightshade quick enough. And then I think I'm supposed to highlight with Teclis Blue. I don't know. Let's go consult the book. I think I'm gonna, yeah, Teclis Blue. Then I don't have Lowthorn, but I can always add a little white. Highlighting I'm never really good at. But I've been looking at other people's highlights and they do it like they're doing line art or something, or they're stippling. So I might try that. I don't know. We're gonna try on a different couple techniques. I don't know. I'll be back. Okay, we're gonna try to torture ourselves with Teclis Blue. Come on, open up. Wiped it down so I can use it again. I like using this for a little spatula, though there's still some of the old blue tip. Thinking if I treat it like pixelated art, I might be able to deal with this. Look, I've had this long enough for it can yellow. This is an Nalgene bottle. Now, I did this really thinned out. I'm being good since the brushes are very tiny. I don't want to mess them up just yet. I do have a brand new one I could try, but I don't think I'm ready. Again, I don't own any Sable ones. Here's what we got to offer. I'm hit or miss with this one. I'm not very good at using it. 20-0. And I've noticed capillary action really goes against me. Because the goal is not to use, you know, don't get paint in the ferrule, but I do because I wet them before I use them. So the paint doesn't, you know, stick to the hairs really, and it still crawls up. You know, I mean, you can see it in there. I've been doing really good, just touch the edge, but... And I tried this for the little eyeballs for the brimstones, and that was a disaster, but... So we're gonna try this one. Even though I think this one's bigger. This one's considered smaller, but you can tell I can't get a tip on that. So we're going to do this one instead. So far, everything I've tried has failed. So we'll try him because he's got a great big back. Look at how shiny they are. Yeah. At least maybe this should matte them just a little. I don't know. Maybe they're supposed to look greasy. I don't know. Okay, that's already separating. Look at that. And it's already capillary action right up the side. Okay. Got the glasses on, got the light on, it's still a struggle. Nope, I don't think so. It's already splitting. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It's not my goal. This was not what I wanted. Maybe I gotta water it further? I don't know. I feel like it's really watered down already. Maybe if I do all of it. Oh, it's like already in the crevices because it's so watery. This is probably not gonna go well. I don't know how people just put drops of I don't know. I might give up early. Oh, I don't know. Don't know. I mean, at least it's kind of brightening them up. I don't know if I'm liking the effect, but maybe I'll dry brush them instead. I don't know. I might try different techniques for different ones. Because I don't think I'm liking this effect, but I definitely know I'm going to look at the video just to see how it looks. Because I see how people paint, and it's just messy. And I'm not intrinsically a clean painter, but maybe if I do it to all the muscles, I might actually like it. And then use the lighter version of this to highlight. I mean, the effect there is kind of there. As long as I focus on muscle groups. I don't know. I'm going to keep going. I'll come back if I make good progress, but I'm doubting it. As they say, the more you paint, the better you get, but... Ooh. Or I might just come back and do a different color. But once it's dry, it looks a lot better. I mean, this is what I'm supposed to do for my Space Marines. I understand how light and shadow works. Yeah, it's a little too much right there, but well, whatever. I mean, once it's dry, it's not so bad. Oof. That one went too far. Thank God for Q-tips. Nope. Until the Q-tip starts tearing. These guys are so little. I'll have to wait for that to dry. That is a fail right there, but I mean, I'm doing better than I did the last time, I'll say that. And once they kind of dry, it's not so bad. But it is a problem that this paint separates pretty early on. I gotta figure out how to hold it, because I don't like that. The handle is just too far away for me. So I'm just gonna keep going. I mean, it's not terrible. It just looks terrible when you paint it on. Does lighten up once you get it on there. It kind of does play with the light. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do this with the rest of them. Onward and upward. I think my painting technique has improved. Definitely better than shiny. So they're matte, and there's a little more differences. Halfway through. So that was was that painful? No, just very repetitive. Okay. So I don't have, let's see, what is that color? I think it's Lothern Blue. Where is it? Yeah, Lothern Blue. It's on my wish list though, because at some point I want to do some Rainbow Warriors,
because supposedly they lived near Thousand Suns, possibly. I have to do a little more research. So I might be able to have some of those. So I have sort of a rainbow in my wish list of colors to get. Because there's a lot of like, I don't have a proper yellow because the recipes for Little Flames, as you can see, I'm using him because he doesn't have any flames. The box art looks like Flash gets yellow, even though they recommend Averland Sunset, and Averland is just not light enough for the effect that they achieve. So, but he does not have any flames. So my next goal is to block in all the other little colors, like, let's see, Sandry Dust on the teeth. Let's see, Bugman's, no, that's Balthasar Gold on any jewelry. Lead Belcher goes on any blades, and Bugman's Glow in their mouths for their tongues, because everybody's got a tongue. I thought everybody, at least half, didn't have, well, only 1 out of the 10. Huh. Fun for me. So I trimmed this brush down a little. Hopefully I can get that into the crevices. So I'm going to spare you that. I'll come back when I come back. And I have to pick up the Flash Gets Yellow before I come back, because I need to do the yellow spots too. Okay, well, at least I got them all. Are they battle ready? No. But that's, I mean, it's not. And I'm not really great at highlighting, but I will try with these guys, because this is the first time I've actually done this much coverage for any, especially any of my other Chaos Marines, you know, my thousands. But I think I'm enjoying the effect. And these are fun to paint in a way, just trying to pick out where their highlights would be. And you can pretty much go everywhere. So I'll come back once I've blocked in all the other little colors. I just finished the tongues, at least the first layer, and it was fun to see he's got a uvula. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got a little uvula back there. Huh, it's really cute. Didn't find the Flash Gets Yellow, so I stuck with the Averland Sunset for the flames, but everything's blocked in. The tongues, the teeth, the bone, the jewelry, the weapons, all 2 thin layers of the colors I talked about earlier. We're back, and I shaded in all of those bits previously blocked in before on this particular model, and I do a little comparison of what it looks like, sort of like an after and a before. Cassandoro Yellow on the flames, Druchii Violet on the weapons, Reikland Flesh Shade on the jewelry, Seraphim Sepia on the teeth, and the bone. Next step is Fuegan Orange on the flames. So here it is, unshaded, and then the Casandoro Yellow, as you can see there, and then the Fuegan Orange, which really makes it pop. Pretty happy with it.
So I used Ushabti bone on the teeth, the talons, and any bony areas, and it really makes them pop.
Don't think I have Stormhost Silver or Sycorax Bronze, but so I'm not gonna do any more detail for the jewelry, but I do have silver for the blades, so I might do the blades. And I don't know, might add some more into the flames. Oh, and I do have the Lothern Blue. That'll really brighten it up. But I have to be careful how I apply it. But I could consider these done. Pretty impressed with them. So we're gonna try, well, one, I got new glasses. Look how tiny they are. I'm very excited. Okay. So dry brushing today. It's been a couple days, but I don't like dipping it straight into the paint without sort of, I don't know. Putting in the water feels like I'm sealing the bristles, because I know this one's natural. So what I've found with these Fox Bright brushes, the names are gone within a couple days if you use it a lot. Like one of them I'm using a lot, and yeah. So their blades call for Stormhost Silver, but the best I have is the Rune Fang Steel. And this light, I'm gonna have to get a new light because this thing is killing me. Let's see. Will this work? I don't know. Usually I have to it's very purple. So let's see what happens to it. Ooh. Luckily I don't need too much. I feel like the change happened pretty quickly. I don't know. Definitely brightened up. And then the next step, since I only have a little bit of paint, I'm going to do everybody, so I'll be right back. Yeah, I feel like a little bit went a long way with that. I mean, that's way less purple. Okay, and I'm going to try the tongue. Kislev Blush. Watered down. I'm going to use one of my new brushes. The 00. And then, let's see, can I find, where's the other one? Put it back in here. Did I? So as you can see here, I really like this as a dried straight, of course. But it's a Fox Bright. What size it is, I am uncertain, but since I used it a lot, all the letters are gone. So I might have to write on that one. This is to remind me to write on that one. Luckily, I took a picture. So, look at that. Brand new brush. Brand new brush. Hopefully I don't ruin it. Already mixed my paints. Another brush. Let's see if I can do this. I picked an easy model with the tongue. Ooh, that's tiny. God, it's like I'm not even sure. I mean, I can see the high spots. Maybe come from the side. Ooh, that looks awful. And pointillism does not work. I mean, I've seen, I don't know. This just may just be terrible. This is a toothbrush dipped in a toothpick. It's really good at rubbing away, but if you're a little too aggressive, you could rub away the bottom layer. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't even know how they do this. That looks terrible. I might try a few more. I just can't seem to pick up enough paint. This teeny tiny brush. But I also don't want to blob it down. Yeah, I am not impressed with this effect. Oop, yeah, I've already blobbed it. Yeah, just looks like he has something on his tongue. I know I have a... Let's see if I can fix my mistake. Because I don't mind the way the tongue looks already. So I might just not. Though I do like how I can almost pull away some of that shade, and it kind of gives me a guide. I just think I am too shaky a painter at this point. I've seen people where they use the side of the brush, and I don't know. I don't know if I can get it done. Not terrible. I might just leave it at that. Who knows? I've seen some where people are cross-hatching. I like that. I might try the cross-hatching with the blue, because my next step, I picked up Lothern Blue. And I've seen how they either line it or they just color the whole thing, but I don't know. I might change my mind on this brush, but I don't know. But the dry brushing on the blades worked pretty well. And that's not terrible with the tongue. Just think this one may be more appropriate for I don't know. I also picked up some hairs. Lovely. And I think I'm supposed to dry brush some of these jewelry bits too. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do those. Well, I'll be back with the blue. I don't think I'm going to do anyone else's tongue. Okay, maybe I'm starting out with too small a brush. Or too big a brush. Because I was using the 00. Maybe I should go to the 50. Maybe I should try that. Maybe even looking at it, I don't know. It's not even... I don't feel it's smaller, but... At least not as a sharp tip. I don't know. And I don't think I've used it. Yeah, I haven't even used it yet. So we're going to go with the 5. We'll try the 5. We'll see if that works. Oh, goodness gracious. And I've already mixed up a little Lothern blue. A little bit of water. It's already separating. Got my glasses on. I can see everything. Dip it in some water because I just don't like dipping dry brushes, but I'm thinking I wet it, dip it in the paint, capillary action draws it up into the ferrule. So I don't know if I'll ever win. Because I've been watching some of those paint, like how to paint stuff, and I have the general understanding. Goodness gracious. I can't make it that hard on myself. Yeah, that's a little much as well, but that's okay. Honestly, in their pictures, they're way brighter. Maybe that's something I'm not thrilled with. Do I like this effect? I don't know. Yeah, do I like this? I don't know. But I'm a big believer in less is more. Is it perfect? Lordy no, but I'm just making a mess, honestly. I'm gonna keep hacking at it. I'll show, but I think I'll end probably with the eyeballs. I don't know. And then I have some stuff I got for basing, and I'm kind of excited about that. Maybe I'll do some in the basic basing stuff, and then I got some red stuff. So the basic is something, there's a homebrew, and then the basing stuff that I bought recently is this red stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. Maybe I'll do that to these guys. I don't know. I shall return. I don't know. It's getting worse. It's getting better, but maybe I'll go back to this. So I'm going to use Hex Wraith flame for the eyeballs. I'm pretty much just dropping a drop right on the white, on each white I see. And it's not even painting, it's just drip dropping. That just got worse. Okay, he's got eyeballs. Try him. Now I'm just gonna let it dry, and I'm pretty much convinced it's gonna look like a train wreck. White. That first one, I just put a little bit. Kind of messy. Need some cleaning. We'll have to touch up the white like so many of them. And then the one we've been waiting for. It actually turned out. In person, the face is a bit less green as you see there, but I like the effect, so I'm gonna have to go in, paint everybody's eyeballs white, and then go really heavy with the green. And then I'm gonna call it a day, because yeah, I practice the highlights, yeah, but yeah. Okay, so I think I'm at a finishing point, and I think it came out okay. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. So I don't even know who I'm going to start with next. We shall see. Thank you for watching. Now I got 10.